multiply. Only in a proportion we are allowed to cross multiply. If it's not a proportion, we cannot cross multiply. Meaning, if I have on this side, let's say plus 1, that is no longer a proportion. Of course, don't write it because I'm going to white it out. This will not be a proportion. A proportion means one fraction on the left, even if it's a made up with one underneath, it doesn't matter. One fraction on the left and one fraction on the right, and one equal symbol, of course. Good. Can anyone give us the next step? Can anyone give us the next step, please? What should we write? Josh, will you tell us what to write next? Okay, Josh is not here. Alan, will you tell us what to write next? Okay, Alan is not here. Mohammed, will you tell us what to write next?
Would you write
Say it again.
Would you write the new denominator and the numerator?
Cross multiply. We have to write this equation after we cross multiply.
You multiply.
8 times x is 8x. 2 times these two terms is 10x plus 8. So we cross multiplied. That is allowed only in a proportion. 2 times 5x, 2 times 8, 8 times x. Now we are back to a simple situation. We will move 10 to the other side. We get negative 2x equals 8. Finally, x equals negative 4. Yes, I highly recommend it. Always go back and check. Always. Okay, so now let's work on the next problem. Anyone has any questions? Remember, this is not a monologue. Please unmute yourselves and ask any question you need answered. Any questions so far? Okay. Let's move on. That's my page 3. Good. Here's another one. Negative 7 fifths x plus 15 halves equals 47 sixths plus 3 fifths x. Negative 7 fifths x plus 15 halves equals 47 over 6 plus 3 fifths x. So let's take 1 minute and work on this problem, exactly as we did before. Find the least common denominator, multiply each fraction by it, simplify, and give us the next step. Remember, each equation is on one line only. And if you need help, let me know. 1 minute. Can anyone identify the least common denominator for now?
Is it 30?
Yes. Because 5 is 5, 2 is 2, 6 is 2 times 3, 5 is 5. And the least common denominator has to have all different factors we see here. And the different factors I see are 2, 3, and 5. 6 times 5 is indeed 30. So everything has to be multiplied by 30 over 1. So this times 30 over 1, this times 30 over 1, this times 30 over 1, and this times 30 over 1. Okay, so now let's work on the simplified form. Do not multiply. It is easier to simplify first and then multiply. Numbers will always be smaller than if you don't simplify. What do we get from the first term, please? Anybody? What do we get from the first term, please? Can anyone tell us what do we get from the first term?
Negative 42x.
Excellent, that's what I got. Good. From the second term, plus. Very good, thank you. What did we get from the second term? After simplification, always simplify first, if you can.
$2.25.
Excellent, equals. Let's simplify the third term. I write the equal symbol here because I have this in the way I'm going to write underneath. It doesn't mean that the equation has two equal symbols. It means follow the equal symbol because I don't have enough room here. Good. When we simplify the third term, what do we get?
I got 235.
Very good. And from the last one, when we simplify, positive
18.
x, 18x. Excellent. Now, I hope that I convinced you with these last 3, 4, 5 examples that there is no big issue if the equation has fractions. None at all. All I have to do is find the least common denominator and clear them all in at once. Of course, I will move 18, changing its sign next to negative 42, and I will move 225, changing its sign to the other side. So what do we get on the left-hand side? Negative 42x minus 18x. What do we get? Negative negative 42 minus 18.
Negative 24.
Negative 60x. And then 235 minus 225. So I owe you $42, and today I say, please give me another 18. It would be nice if I only give you 20 back, but I can't. I already have a debt of $42, and now I'm asking you, please give me 18 more. So of course now I fairly, honestly, I owe you 60. I don't owe you 20. Okay? So now 235 minus 225 is 10. And we simplify by dividing, or we simplify both sides by 10, because I can. I'm allowed to divide both sides by 10. And I get negative 1/6. Any questions on this problem, please? Any questions on this problem? That's what Module 3 is all about, all these types of equations, and we need to practice. Here's another one. 4/7 x plus 1 equals 1/14 x plus 5. So 4/7, quantity x plus 1, equal symbol, 1/14, in parentheses, x plus 5. Let's work on this one. 1 minute, please. And then we'll look at some decimal numbers, equations with decimal numbers. So what will you say about all the equations we looked at so far? Are they identities? Are they conditional, or they are contradictions? All of them were what type?
Conditional?
Yes. All of them were conditional. They were true. This equation is true only if x is -1/6. The previous one was true only if x is -4. The next one only if this, only if that. So they're all conditional. Good. Always think in terms of simplifying. I see fractions. I don't want fractions. I'm not scared of them, but I don't want them. So what will you multiply by? What is the least common denominator? Can anyone give us the least common denominator? Yes, indeed. 7 and 14. This is the situation in which one is a multiple of the other. So all we need to do, remember, you can rearrange this because we learned that multiplication is commutative. So you can put 14/1 here or 14/1 over there. You can still rearrange them. Please simplify. Do not touch the parentheses just yet. Leave the parentheses alone. But tell me what they have in front. What do we have here? Do not multiply. Simplify first.
Is it 8?
Yes, indeed. I simplify by 7. 2 times 4 is 8. Indeed. What about here? 1/14 times 14/1. What do I have in front?
It'll just be 1.
Indeed. Indeed. I'm not going to put it in because there is no need. Now I have to distribute. I have 8x plus 8 equals x plus 5. So look at this equation. It looks difficult. It looks cumbersome. La la la. Once I multiply both sides by 14, it became nothing. It really turned into nothing. I move x to this side. I move a to the other side. What do I get at the next step? Please remember each equation. I know I sound like a broken record. 1 left-hand side, 1 equals symbol, 1 right-hand side. The next line. 1 left-hand side, 1 equals symbol, 1 right-hand side. If you get into the habit of doing this, you will never make a mistake, or very unlikely to make a mistake. So, what do we have? The left-hand side is very good. And the right-hand side is 5 minus 8.
-3.
Very good. So x equals -3/7. Again, another conditional equation. Good. Thank you. Very good. Let's move on to some equations with decimal numbers. Here's one, 1.1y minus 1.4 equals 2.2y. So before we do anything, remember what we did before. Before we did anything, we said, okay, let me look at the least common denominator. Let me look at all these denominators. I put them on the side, and I found out that it's 30. The same idea here. I don't want to work with decimal numbers. Is it wrong? No. Is it the only way? No. Can you work with decimal numbers? Go ahead. I just want to show you a different method. I see each of these numbers has one decimal digit. To clear one decimal digit, I need to multiply everything by 10. This becomes 11y, this becomes 14, and this becomes 22y. Again, in one simple step, I went back to integers. Because I don't have anything else to move to the other side, I will keep the variable this time on the right. It doesn't matter. The solution will be the same. So the left-hand side is negative 14. But from 22y, I subtract 11y to get 11y. And it's final. I divide negative 14 by 11. I divide a negative by a positive. I take care of the sign first. And then 14 divided by 11. And that's it. I highly recommend eliminating decimal numbers if you can. Any questions? What if I have, I'm going to change this problem a little bit. What if I have 1.22y minus 1.4 equals 2.2y? Let's say I have this. Upon inspection, I realize that this number has two decimal digits. This one has 1 and this one has 1. At this point, I have no choice but to multiply everything by the maximum. Well, I'm not adding 2 zeros from here, a 0 from, no. I only need to take care of all of them at once, but since this one has two decimal digits, and I can multiply this by 100 and this by 10 and this by 10, no, that's not possible. If I multiply, I have to multiply every term, each term by the same quantity, otherwise I change the problem. So multiplying by 100, this becomes 122y, this becomes 140, and this becomes 220y. That's fine. But only 100 minimum. We're not going to go to 1,000 or 2,000. I'm sorry, or 10,000. No. Minimum. We only need minimum. Only multiplying a minimum 100, I can clear all decimal digits, all decimal numbers at once. And then I continue. So this is negative 140. I have here 220 minus 122. And I get negative 140. This is positive 8 and 9. So then y will be negative 140 over 98. And of course, I will simplify and so on and so forth. So the point of this exercise here, me changing the problem, was to let you know that we always choose the minimum number of that is required, minimum power of 10 that is required to clear all decimal numbers at once. If I only use 10, I would have not cleared this. I would have cleared these two, but not this one. So therefore, I needed 100. Okay, let's look at one more. 5x minus 10 with fractions. Minus x divided by 2 equals x over 8 plus 5. So 5x minus 10 divided by 8 minus x divided by 2 equals x divided by 8 plus 5. Let's think about this.